this white circle showed, and it just started opening, very bright white. And it felt like I was pushing through something.
All right, veterans, today you're going to hear the story of a former Special Forces operator who's connected to Jake Barber and his News Nation special, right? The whistleblower that came out about the egg-shaped craft he had seen and the NHI encounters and his Skywatcher program, summoning orbs, all of that. There was a gentleman called Fred Baker, who, again, is a veteran and former Special Forces who also had an encounter. And what makes this encounter so interesting is that it happened right after he met with Dr. Steven Greer. But first, I'm going to let Ross Coulthard explain exactly who Fred Baker is and his credentials so you can get an idea of who we're talking about here.
Okay guys, what is up? Welcome back to a brand new video on the goddamn internet, and today we're going to be talking about another first-hand witness to NHI and anomalous activity / phenomena, right? So this guy has been backing up Mr. Barber as well. He's been on Jesse Michaels. Such a fantastic and informational interview. You have to check it out. It's 3 hours long, but holy shit, if you're not doing anything or you need something to listen to on something that you have to do, daily boring task, listen to that because it's really great. And so this guy has had some first-hand experience and he's sharing it as well. Jake Barber has opened the floodgates and it's all flooding through. So if you want to stay updated on the topic as a whole, all new angles, all new events happening, information coming out, we're covering all of it, and we're the best channel to be subscribed to for this kind of information. So like this video if you want to show support, comment, let me know what you think. Each interaction helps us with the algorithm, and we're trying to grow to 500 subs. So help make that happen. Daily uploads, and share this helps the absolute most. So without further ado, get your snacks, get your popcorn, because we're going to be watching some really insane shit, so stay till the end.
And one of the three men who strongly backed the credibility of our primary interviewee, Jake Barber, in the story was Fred Baker. And Fred Baker is a highly experienced former Tier 1 operator who showed great courage to step up to back the credibility of our primary interviewee, Jake Barber. Fred is a legend in the US Air Force combat control and special operations community. He served with distinction in the US Air Force's 24th Special Tactics Squadron. That's the 24th STS, which is like the US Air Force Special Forces. It's one of the elite Tier 1 units in the US Air Force Special Operations. He retired as a Master Sergeant with 20 years in combat control. Combat controllers are special tactics operators who specialise in air-ground communication, including air traffic control, fire support, and command control and communications, including in covert operations. It's a measure of how desperate some in the intelligence community are that in the wake of our UAP crash retrieval investigation, they actually tried to denigrate a veteran of the calibre of Fred Baker. This is a man who served his country with distinction. He has multiple Bronze Stars. In fact, he's earned the Bronze Star with valour. He has 4 of them, 4 oak leaf clusters. That's a big deal. He's earned multiple other commendations and awards, including a Navy Presidential Unit citation with 1 oak leaf cluster.
So clearly these people are credible, trained observers. If they take medicine or go to a psychologist, they lose their work. They have to be in the best states of mind. These people are the best of the best, and the things they are saying, guys, it's coming out.
So you were also part of an operation where, as Jake has described it, the question was, has a whistleblower that's got these tough books gone to the disclosure advocate on UAPs, Dr. Steven Greer? What was your role in that operation?
Just merely transferring information to and from.
Right, so you met Dr. Greer and conveyed information to him?
I did, yes.
Right.
So it seems all these first-hand witnesses that they are directly engaged with Steven Greer, giving him so much more credibility. Ross vetting these people and finding them credible makes Steven Greer, which Ross has not found credible in any manner or interviewed, as far as I'm aware, thus far. Maybe it's coming, right? But it's really interesting to see like how these connect and how people dislike and disapprove of the one, and now this is the golden guy coming through and he's connected to him.
And can you tell me what happened on your return from that exchange of information?
Yeah, so it was interesting. So this was a simple drop off, here you go, nice to meet you, be on our way. But he actually took an interest in me. I don't know if it was me specifically, but potentially Jake and our group, and he just wanted to pry a little bit. But he asked me some questions, and we had a little bit of a conversation, and went our separate ways. And I drove straight home. And they're about a 6-hour drive or so. And when I got home, everyone's in bed, and obviously I'm tired, but I was not exhausted. I had enough energy left to get something to eat real quick, get a shower, get to bed. And as soon as I laid down, and closed my eyes, I was in something. It was very interesting because I was still very aware of my surroundings. I could hear the fan going, my wife's sound machine was going. I knew that I was in this moment. I was not asleep off in dreamland. And I was immediately, as soon as I closed my eyes, I was in this thing. And it was black and white. It looked like if you were running 100 miles an hour through the woods, just black and white branches going all over the place. And I could feel that I was there, and I was very excited, but somewhat confused. And then all of a sudden, this white circle showed, and it just started opening, very bright white. And it felt like I was pushing through something. And I was getting really excited. And then when I came through, I saw this little boy that was in like 1920s, 1930s garb, the coat, all wool coat with the vest and tie. He had the wool shorts. He had the ankle high boots on. He had that floppy cap on. I was like, oh, this is cool. This is really awesome. And he's looking right at me. And I actually focus on his face, and he's terrified.
Of you?
Which terrified me. And I could see the background. It's a dirt road with the street corner. It looked like a T intersection.
So this isn't a dream?
No, I was there.
It's real?
I was absolutely terrified.
Have you ever heard of the term remote viewing?
I have, yes.
Have you remote viewed?
Not that I know of. I'd like to have an answer on that thing, but no, I haven't officially tried, no.
So it raises the question, what was it about your meeting with Dr. Steven Greer that prompted that experience? Was there a correlation, a causation, do you think?
I didn't correlate any of that. I just had this thing happen to me. And then the next morning I'm trying to reason with it, and I just brought it up to Jake, texted him about it, and said, would these two come together at some point? Like they're two separate incidences, but I feel like there's something going on there.
Now I understand you're part of the Skywatcher team that's going to try to provide the service that's being done secretly in the military in private enterprise.
Correct, yeah.
Are you excited about that?
Always. It's always exciting. It's always something different, but yes.
From what you've seen, will it work?
Seems so. We had some pretty good luck, if you will, so far. But interesting enough, it seems that a lot of these things that people are talking about is true.